Welcome to another video. Today we had axle bar overhead presses, which we hadn't done in months. I don't really train with the axle bar that I made because it's hard to go really heavy because then you kind of have to dump it on the way down or like drop it, and we can't really do that in the commercial gym in which I train. Here I am with my friend and athlete Antonis Kelekidis. He was the one that asked me to do the axle bar. I was like, no, I don't want to do it, but he said, please, I haven't done it in a long time. So I said, fine, let's do that. Also, excuse the lack of light. It will only last another 20 seconds. There was a power shortage in the area for like the first hour. We actually waited. We did a lot of warm-ups and band stretches behind the head until they said it'll be back in like half an hour, 20 minutes. So we kind of started getting warmed up, and it eventually came back, as you will see very, very soon. And that's why I omitted more than a few warm-up sets. So here we got, it's really not that, we didn't go that heavy, really. We really didn't. That is, the bar is 13.5 kilograms. We got 40s on and 10s, so that is 50, 73.5 kilograms. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Or, excuse me, that would be 83 kgs with the weight that is on right now. I forget that the bar is under 20 kgs or 45 pounds. It's 13.5. And here's me. It's my problem with this exercise is the wrists. I have no wrist flexibility. I can't bend my wrists backwards. Adonis has no issue with that whatsoever. It is a lot easier for him. And the next day, I had my left wrist was very, very sore. We did deadlifts. I maxed out, as you will see in the upcoming video, and I got me a lifetime PR actually in the block pulls, which is about mid shin. So that now is 93 kgs, which is a first for me with the axle bar. I mean, I've moved a lot more weight overhead, obviously, if you guys watch my videos. But it was, we're on the mats kind of sink and they force us to roll back. Here I am pointing out because I measured the bar and I drew a line in the middle. So I'm like, he didn't see it because it was underneath him. So we kind of rolled it and said, here's the center. Place your hands better in the center of the bar. And here he's attempting the same weight, which is 93 kgs. See how he rotates his wrist, man? I mean, I wish I had that. And then again, I've been training for 14 years and he's been training for a year and a half. Pretty much, maybe not 2 years. It hasn't been 2 years. It's less than 2 years. And then we attempted we made my Thomas Inch dumbbell that you can see in previous videos into a circus dumbbell, which didn't really work. The handle was very, very narrow and our hands couldn't fit. So we couldn't really bring it up there. I mean, it was very uncomfortable. So we only tried like 30 kgs. The dumbbell is like about a kilo and a half. So that's 31.5 kgs. We can both do so much more under the proper circumstances. So we just tested it like to do a few reps, and he did a few sets. I did a few sets. But back to the axle deadlift bar. This bar for me is, I like the overhead presses, but the setup in there is just, you can see wherever we go, wherever we have to put stuff down, we have to use these gym mats. And here's me with the same weight. That's about 30, that's 31.5 kg. I'm just testing it. There was no volume training. We were just having fun, I guess, with this. And it felt okay, but it was really narrow. That was the issue. It was so uncomfortable. The collars I had to the sides were screwed in. They were tightened. They were very tight. So they actually cut my hand pretty badly. I have a quite long cut under my forearm on the inside of my hand from it, which is okay. Whatever, but it's just not very practical. If I imagine I had like 50 kgs on it or 60 kgs, which I'm pretty sure I can do, but I just not with this dumbbell. And so that's 41.5 kgs. Again, for a couple of singles, nothing crazy, just testing it out. And I mean, this was a Thomas Inch tribute dumbbell, which means it's great for grip and for cupping it, from the ground up to a lookout. It's not really good for overhead press. Obviously, it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant for this, so we just kind of tested it and had fun with it. Because that second rep, relatively easy. Of course, I mean, I hadn't trained heavy shoulders in like at least 3 weeks. And here is Antonis checking out the conjugate method that I love so much, that I've studied so much, and I still study, and I still practice, and I still preach, in quotes, of course. And he loved the mini bands against the bench press, pulling against it. He just loved it. I told him it's tricky. That's the first time ever. So I mean, any effort is respected, and he can, now he kind of knows where he stands with this. I told him to be very careful with his unracking. It's very tricky. They can pull you down pretty fast. I didn't do any of those because I was gonna max out on my block pulls the next day. He had to do more like a form check, and that's the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And thanks for watching.